Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers in the Resources Soviet Republic. In the last episode, we started to build a lot of helicopters, actually. A few of them are here already. We've included a few more government loyalty facilities that's currently under construction, like these the TV station over here, and we're building another radio station in Lubansk. And we've connected up the latest nuclear reactor, so we've got some power going and flowing everywhere. We've also got the trains running, bringing in coal to the port, and yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. So there's a few things I want to do in this episode. So the first thing is I want to lay out this hill here as a little bit of a tourist area. I've popped in another hospital over here for construction because this one I think is not coping well. So anyway, that'll start building and do its thing. I can speed things up a little bit. I think we'll have a look at what we'll do. But what I wanted to do is actually just make this hill a little bit of a tourism facility. I mean, both sides of it. I mean, we can put gravel mines and stuff in here, but I don't know if that's anything we're really interested in this part of the world. But it's a pretty nice little hill. If we look at it from all these angles, it's a nice little hill. It's not the biggest one. Alternatively, we could have a look at that one, but this one is way more industrial, so maybe that's not the case. If we do it over here, you've got all these viewing angles. You can have a nice look at the airport. Actually, that's a line over there, but that's okay. It's not going to make any real difference. That's quite a distance away. They should be well and truly out of the way. I wouldn't be building skyscraper right over here, though, and that's fine. That's fine. They can do that. They can see the nice pristine wilderness off into these directions, some other hills on this side. They can then have a look back over here and have a look at the amazing infrastructure that we've been building. Even this side over here. Even this side over here is a bit of an option. And the amazing infrastructure that we've been building, power lines, the motorways, all these kind of things. That's pretty good. So I think that's a good idea. There's a fair bit of lakes and things around that would make the view a little bit more interesting. So that's pretty cool. One of the things is, and looking at infrastructure might not be the most popular thing these days, but certainly as a kid growing up in South Africa, we had a banknote with these massive pylons on the banknote. And it was kind of depicting progress, electrifying the nation and things like that. So there is something to be proud of at certain points. Afterwards, of course, it's a bit of an eyesore and things like that. When it's normal business as usual, then people don't appreciate it as much. But of course, the first round of electrification becomes it's quite a big thing for any nation. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to do. The next thing that I want to do is I want to put yet another forward base of construction facilities in place. So, or construction forward base over here. So, like this one at IC4, where we're providing all of our resources, including actually. Oh, we are producing concrete and asphalt over here as well. So IC4 is our latest one. We're getting a little bit far away from asphalt, and as you can see, I'm using the helicopters to get the asphalt and things here a little quicker. But I was thinking maybe another forward base somewhere over here. We're pretty close to a population, so we can bring in workers either by helicopter or by bus to work the asphalt facilities. But that something like this over here, and then that and then let's have a quick look at our mini map and see where exactly we are. So if we do something over here in this spot right there, there it is, and then here was one. So we're kind of moving it along a little bit. The alternative is to try and do it a little further away, maybe something like that over there next to this section over here. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what the most appropriate one is, but for the time being, that's not too far away. It is getting a little bit of a stretch to build here. And maybe what we do is we do it somewhere over here instead. I don't know. I really don't know where is the best spot. I honestly want to start building into this area more so than I'm keen on building in that specific area. So maybe with that in mind, the idea is somewhere over here, and then that'll allow us to build into this quadrant over here. That's something like that. That's kind of the thinking. So that's something we'll get into as well. And then the last thing I wanted to have a look at is some of our population needs. So we've breached the 100,000 mark population. That's a pretty good milestone. Game is still performing fairly well. People have mentioned that when you get over 100,000, then things do slow down a fair bit. At the moment, it's not laggy at all. So I think it's okay. What do we want to have a look at over here is just make sure that our population happiness, including the food happiness and specifically the clothing happiness, is still all on track. So we'll have a look at that a little bit later. I believe they're all okay, but we probably need to have another look at it. Okay, so with all that said, let's start laying out what we believe a tourism facility will look like. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to have to go into this view so that I can see what we're going to do. So certainly, if we wanted to do something up here, that might be a reasonable way of dealing with it. So if I grab, well, let's grab this road, right? And we'll do, if we do that as a starting point, and we do this, actually that's not too bad. Now the issue is here, we're probably gonna have a bit of an issue with these inclines over here. So we may, I'm still in planning mode because I'm not too sure, I'm not necessarily convinced that this is the way to do what I'm trying to do here. We do the hairpin over there. Oh my goodness, we don't have any. This is the thing that I don't like, because I think this can be quite workable actually. This like hairpin bend over here, and then we try and do that again, probably around this spot here somewhere. How come this? I should have an excavator available right over here, right? Is that honestly, is that too far? Can't you get here? That feels strange to me. Anyway, what we'll do then is I will switch this on, and there it builds it. It just I don't know. That's just anyway. We will probably not gonna build this by hand anyway. Now the problem that I have with this arrangement, building the road first, right? We need to build the road first because otherwise it just won't work. That's not quite what I had in mind there. Anyway. So we'll try to do this. The problem that's going to occur with this is actually now providing facilities for... Can we do a pretty tight little hairpin bend here? Now I'm screwing around with this. See, this honestly doesn't want to work. I mean, that is not bad. That is not bad, but getting it to come back this direction will be a bit of a challenge. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull this back a little bit. So pull that back a tad. This is where the problem comes in. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to level this little section right over here. If we level this enough, we should be able to use this for a bit of a hairpin bend. So that's kind of the idea. If we do that, maybe we can get this guy to make the turn. Oh, beautiful! And now we can run it down here again. Excellent. That is quite the arrangement there. I like it. I like it. I like it. That's not bad. That's not bad. This is the kind of thing that you would expect to get up a hill like this. And I just wanted to make sure we kind of come out over here. Okay, and we'll straighten that up as we get out of there. Okay, so that's our our contour road getting up the side of the hill for our tourism facility. Now let's see. How shall we tie this in? Shall I just straighten this guy up, or am I going to do that? That's not quite what I had in mind. If we, the thing is, yeah. So what we could do is we could maybe run this in a little bit that way. Okay, let's switch it off now. So we'll do a bit better planning over here. If we do that and run this road up here like that, I don't mind that too much. Now, can we get this to maintain a pretty decent angle here? Something like that's not too bad. Could even see about getting that rail connection out through here along the side of the road here. I'm not opposed to this. It could be we could have made it a bit more gradual, but I think I'm not opposed to what's happening over here. Maybe a bit of a turnaround facility at the top there could be useful. But I'm not opposed to this as a way of getting up the hill there. It's actually pretty cool. The thing that I'm a little concerned about is whether we actually need that extension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that back for the time being. Auto save all the way up to there. And what I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and pay for those little sections. Oh, they are actually happening. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got a little road up there that is able to get our tourists up here. Now, the piece with the road here first, we obviously now have a little bit of a challenge with regards to how we're going to place out the various hotels. But I think it'll work. I think we should be able to get that to work. Now, one of the things that I would like us to do is actually run a little cableway up here. So if I go for cableway, I'll just go with a small cableway station. What am I looking at? Something like that, actually, at the top of the hill. Right over here somewhere, and we'll run it in. A little worried about these guys, these pylons. We'll have to have a look at how we deal with it. But either way, we would like it to be right at the top of the hill here. So if I do that, and we'll do another cableway station. Yeah, my concern is doing it over here is probably okay. I'll set it back a little bit more, up to about there. Okay, can get cracking on that, I think. Now, I think just the light cableway poles is what I'm after here. So let's see, how does this look? And I want to make it pretty high straight away. We do that. Now, the issue with this, though, is we're going to have these cables to contend with. That is a bit of an issue here. So let's go up to there. I'm not too sure. You know what? We could go underneath it. I think that'll work. Up here, maybe. I have no idea how we... Oh, that's actually... Oh, I love that. And now it doesn't want to do the thing. I'll have to do the auto building with rubles yet again to make sure we do that. If I go up... Yeah, it doesn't want to quite naturally do the up thing there. Okay, let's switch that back off again, and we'll slot it in. That's pretty good. Oh, we're getting closer to where we what? Really? That's fine. It's going to take us a little bit to get here. Let's do this one, and we'll do that one. And come on, come on. There we go. There we go. That's our cableway. That's our cableway. In terms of getting this to work, I have no idea if that's going to be a thing. So we'll have to have a look. Let's see if we can get our heavy watt wires across. I believe we can. I think we've gone underneath them. So I think that's going to be sufficient. Excellent. That's actually a good outcome. A good outcome over there. So there we go. That's the first part there. The other thing that I thought would probably be quite useful on these stretches would be some bus stations. So let's have a look at our standard pass-through bus stations. So now the question is, can we... I was thinking all the way up and then all the way down. So a bit of a turnaround facility right at the top is kind of what I was hoping we'll do. But of course, in order for us to get this in here, I'll have to see if we can. Wouldn't mind one there, and one there. Yeah, something like that's probably going to be okay. So let's. We don't necessarily have to have one on this side, right? Can we can have it on this side? People should be able to walk around this little section. Alternatively, we can have it in here, right? Should be able to quite comfortably sort it out right over there. Actually, that might not be the end of the world. So let's get the auto going so we can level this terrain a tad. There we go. Switch it off, and now it doesn't want to. It wants to. There we go. That's actually not too bad. I like that. That's okay. That will provide access to a fair section here and there. And then all I need to do is place maybe one more in this section over here. So let's see about trimming out a little section of this road here. Okay, something like that, and then we'll actually is not too far away from working. We'll get it a little closer to that side. We'll leave ourselves a little bit more room. Oh, come on. Leave ourselves a little bit more room to sort it out. Now it doesn't want to. Ooh, I'm worried. I am a little worried about doing it something like that. Let's switch that back off again. We'll try and get this to work. Oh, that didn't even connect, I think. And now, how is this going to work? This just doesn't want to work. Now, if I trim that back again, we try and do a little bit of this. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. What I'll need to do is I'll need to smooth that out a little. Yes, that's... Smoothing it out like this, I think, is about our best bet to make this work. But yes, it is a little bit of a challenge to work our way through that. These contours are about similar distance from one another. We don't want it too close to the building becomes a big problem. So let's look at that. Let's see if that kind of does the trick. That's a fairly... That's okay. Mostly. There we go. I don't think that slope is too bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not too bad. There we go. That's okay. What I'll do, because this is on the road, I'll go ahead and build this one. So these guys can at least get up there. That's okay. I'm going to pay for all the road sections. We'll see about what else gets built. But anyway, that's the kind of thing. So now we've got at least 2 bus stations on this route. We've got this guy up here. Now what I wanted to do is get another little bit of a bus station up here. So if we go platform station, something like the medium one. The medium one might be a little bit on the big side. Let's just go with a standard small one. Yeah, I'm not too opposed to this kind of arrangement at the top of the hill over here. Yeah, that is about right. Let's switch that off so we can get this to work there. So now I've got our bus station in there. Now the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of run that over there and over there. Yes, that's good. Wanted this one in there. And then that one I wanted to tie back in here. So that's our kind of a little looping system at the top there. I'm going to go ahead and pay for all the roads. That's fine. I'm not opposed to that. Now, at the top of the hill over here, some of the key features that I would like is our on the tourism industry. We've got one of these massive lookouts, right? Sight Tower 2 versus Sight Tower 1. Which one is the more impressive of the two? Is it this one? I don't have a big issue with it. If we have a look, oops, turning things around a little. Actually, maybe this way is better. Yeah, that feels feels a little bit more like the top of the hill to me. So, what are the difference between these two? Oh, that one's actually a better one. This one takes more people, but this one has a better star attraction rating, which I don't quite get why. It just doesn't. Is that what we want people to see? I mean, that's probably a lift shaft on this one side, and then it's just that tiny little viewing deck on the other side there. So then we probably want to put it in here instead. It just doesn't quite feel right. I'd rather do the other one. The other one feels like you can see more stuff from there. So if I place this one over here, it seems like you'll have a pretty decent viewing angle in all directions. So let's see about leveling out the situation. Well, oh, I've got it switched off again. I need excavators a little closer by. There we go. Nice. I think that's pretty good. Switch that back off again, and now of course it doesn't want to work out. There we go. Working. Excellent. So there we go. That's our viewing tower all the way up here. I mean, look at these angles. Look at these angles. I'll close this so you guys can see. Look at these angles overlooking the city over here. Oh man, even on the flight path kind of situation, not directly on the flight path, but you should have a pretty good angle of seeing planes and stuff come on in. There's the lakes over there. You can see the vast wilderness in all of these directions. Anything happening over there on that hillside, all the way over there. And you can even have a bit of a look at our infrastructure. No, the interchange is behind here. Where is the interchange? Oh, there goes the motorway. So the interchange must be behind there somewhere. Yeah, behind this. But anyway, that doesn't matter too much. We've got a fair bit of stuff that you can actually have a look at from over here. Lots of wilderness, and then lots of infrastructure and things, and obviously this little city over here. So it's Banished city. Okay, excellent. Now let's get some hotels up on this thing here. So if we go back to the tourism facilities, we've got this mountain hotel, which is something that I wouldn't mind us using a little bit more of. I'm not too sure it'll work the way we would like it to work, though, in the sense that these guys probably won't have an easy connection. I mean, so what we'll do, what I'm thinking I'm going to do a little bit of this. If we can try and level it out a little bit over here, so something like that. Can that be leveled out? Really? We tie it in a little closer. Is that really that far? If I do this, can I level this out? It doesn't want to. On this side? Yeah, this is. Ooh, that'll work. Okay, well let's do that. Let's get that all leveled out. Ooh, the road connection with this guy is going to be a challenge. Okay, so let's. Well, we're going to have to. Okay, hang on. You know what? Let's do a few of them. We can squeeze them in anywhere. Something like this. We can in fact squeeze that in. So let's do a few of these spots here. That's exactly what I would have expected. Just these little flattening sections over here. That's fine. That's awesome. So we're doing a few spots here with making room for a few mountainside hotel bits and pieces over here. Come on. Really? Do that. We'll have to see how we ultimately tie in all of these together, but I like the idea. And maybe using just these on the mountainside over here is probably about right, because it'll give us a certain look and feel. It just doesn't want to. The slope here is just a little bit problematic. So what I'm kind of thinking is maybe what I do is I'll do a bit of a leveling of the terrain myself manually. And then we come back and we say, you should be able to finish off the job there. Excellent. So we've got another spot right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These two can both... Oh, what happened over there? I'm thinking these can have the same kind of road connection. That's fine, so we'll have another one in there. Now the question is, can we... Yeah, let's do this. The whole terraced look and feel that we're going to develop over here is not going to be too bad. I don't mind it. That's work on that a little bit. Come on. So we can get one in there. We can get one in here. That's good. That's awesome. Now we need other facilities as well, so we'll have a look at some shops that we can place in here at some point. This side is a pretty abrupt. There's a bit going on here. This is a pretty big one. I might do some other facilities over here. So these mountainside ones on this side is not too bad. That kind of looks okay, and then maybe we'll do a bit of a towering thing on that side. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. How many people can actually stay in one of these? 75. 75 tourists can stay in one of these. Let's see about maybe getting... I've got a modded one or two, so let's grab... see about the modded one. A modded hotel. This is like a big hotel, something that stretches like this. I don't know if this will ever work, considering what we're doing over here, but it would have been pretty cool if we could squeeze it in on the side of the road here. Because look at that. If we can do this over here, we can. I like the idea of doing this one over here. I mean, having that big view off on that side. That would be pretty cool. I just need to maybe create a little bit of an area for it. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let's do that as a starting point and see if that helps us along at all. Oh, it does. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's going to be awesome. That is going to be awesome. Okay, let's place a few of these things now that we've got this going for us. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Now, can we use this little spot here? I'm not sure about that spot. Let's see. A medium hotel, 4-star. Yeah, that should work. Right? Yeah. So we'll do a bit of this. Okay, what I'm going to do with these guys. Now, the question is, can we instead do maybe a bit of gravel road through here? No. Not the plan. Well, it doesn't have to be gravel road, to be honest. Let's Let's tie this one up here. That should work or not. Now, can we get... I believe we should be able to get this to work if we can just get the excavators going. Okay, there we go. Something burned down? What was that? Large aggregate storage at IC2? How on earth? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How come? We don't have any firefighting capabilities out over here? My goodness. That's not great. That's not great at all. Okay, we can rebuild it, of course. I'm just going to pay for it, so pay for that straight away. We'll get this all set back up again. So that doesn't have fire coverage? We've got a fire station right here. Oh, it doesn't have fire trucks. My goodness. No wonder. Okay, hopefully we'll get gravel coming in again. Gravel is unloaded. How do we get... Oh, gravel is produced here. Once we get some workers to come in, we'll get gravel. These guys should... there's no workers on that because everybody is building trains, right? Okay, let's drop the amount of people building trains just a tad. We don't need as many trains anymore. We're building a fair bit of other things now. Yeah, let's drop that out a little bit more. In terms of car production, we can certainly drop this one a little bit. We're building... Okay, let's grab a couple of these guys. Just 3 of them for now. Bring them over here. I can't believe that's happened. Anyway, that's the kind of thing that there's just so many moving parts in a game like this that you will always have a little bit of that. Okay, this time, hopefully we're not going to see that become a problem again, but that was a bit of a shock upset for me. Okay, now, hopefully everything is fixed and the stuff doesn't actually come to a grinding halt. I wanted to just do a few more bits and pieces over here, and then basically the construction can occur. We're still waiting on a plane and things like that to be sorted out over here, so that will be a pretty decent connection. We need a few kind of facilities for tourists as well, so maybe like a little section like this guy. If we could, yeah, I like something like that. So we can place it in there and we can hopefully see about getting some walking connections in there and not have it too square, basically. If we do that, there's a bit of a carousel going on over there. This is an art gallery on the top of the hill, probably not what I'm after right here. We might have that one a little bit down. Actually, art gallery right over here is not the worst. Oh, it can go in over here too. Oh, let's do that, have the art gallery up there. Oh, I'm liking that. Now, what I'm also interested in is somewhere people can actually eat. That's like a beach cafe. Don't think that's what we're after. Oh, the viewing bar. That would be awesome if we can squeeze that in somewhere over here. I think that's going to be great. Let's give it a little bit of a spot over here. We'll give the viewing bar a spot. Okay, so if we do that, maybe we can get the viewing bar located in here. I'm probably going to want to connect it up in that direction. That's not bad. Let's not auto build it right now. We may end up auto building a fair bit of these things. Now, can I tie this in any way, shape or form here? I didn't think it'll be an easy ride. No, that's not what I'm after. So if I go from there, so it actually wants to do this. If I do that, right, can we get down here? It doesn't want to. That's not quite, so that I thought that might have solved our problem. But yeah, certainly this is going to be a challenging one because of all the various levels that we're dealing with over here. The terrain is just too steep. Okay, so what we'll need to do is we'll need to try and smooth it out a little. Let's make it smaller. Yeah, so if we can smooth it out, there's just that much we can do, right? Yeah, it does become a little problematic. So trying to get these to be about as far apart as we can get them is probably about right. That's about the best I think we would be able to do. We're still seeing it being too steep. If we use a different technology, so if we use gravel I know in reality gravel is an easier one, or concrete is an easier one actually. So this guy, I mean, a little dirt track should be quite easily be able to come up here. We might have to do a little bit of this. Let's not. I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, well, we might switch that off again. Let's just see. There we go. That's the plan. Pay for that. That's okay. Okay, so that's good. Doing a bit of a hairpin bend kind of thing over there. Let's quickly get these others in place. The hillside hotels. Because we still need to start connecting them all up, right? So I'll do one over there. One over here. Now I can swing this one around this way, I'm pretty sure, so we'll try and do... Come on, we had you. There's room for it here, I'm sure there is. There we go. Very tight. I think it's gonna look awesome actually, once we get this all running. I think that's going to look really good. Something like that. Do we swing this one around the other way? Come on. Find it. Find the spot. There we go. That's the sweet spot right there. Okay, so we've got a few of them in there now. It actually looks really awesome with all the trees there. I do like it. Now we just need to make sure that we can find a little route to connect them all. Yeah, so we may have to... That one actually is not too bad. We can make that work. But I'd rather see about... No, I think this is not going to work towards this side, I think. Towards this side is just not going to work. Okay, let's leave this one for the time being. Let's see about getting something that works over here. Come on, free excavator. Ah, there we go, building it already. Let's quickly see. I just want to make sure we can actually get this guy to work. If I can tie that up there, which I believe should be able to. Alright, so if I do this, and then I'll just have to tie in this guy over here. Yeah, that's going to be fine. There we go. Get that little connection going on. These two will get connected together. Yeah, it's going to work. And then what we'll need to do is we'll need to find a way out of here. Might have to come a little closer on this side, I think. And we're probably going to have to wing it a little. Yeah, actually, that'll work. I'm not too opposed to that. I mean, this is a hillside thing. That's not the end. That's not the steepest thing. That's actually looking pretty good. We've just got this one more over here. And what I was thinking is we could probably put a little bit of a shop in here as well. So let's see about a shop. A modded shop. Let's quickly have a look at that. A modded shop. And I want to kind of conclude this area. And so not only groceries. I want a little bit of everything, really. So something like that. A commercial building. This one. Does this kind of look the part over here? I think it does. I think it looks the part. Now, what we'll need to understand here is that this one will need a lot of stuff being dropped off. Oh man, look at that. I want to try and get it. Okay, let's build this one. Okay, and now I'm gonna switch this back on, and we're gonna try and get this road connection all sorted out. So if I can get that to work, and I believe I can. Okay, so let's get that to work. Okay, now it's going to be about, can we get this to work? Oh, not quite what I had in mind there. Oh man, if we could run it through here, it would be pretty cool. Hang on, can we run it down there? Oh, we've got some construction vehicles coming up the side of the hill here. Yeah, so what I'm kind of wondering is, can we do a little section through here? I'm not sure we'll be able to squeeze something through that side. If we go this way, yeah, I don't know if that's going to work either. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to work. Can we, the question is, can we level a little section through here? I don't think we can. I don't think we can. So what we'll have to end up doing is we'll have to kind of tweak this a little bit. Let's smooth it out. Need to stretch this out as best we can. I think this one here is a bit problematic. Let's try that one more time. Stretch that out a little bit. Yeah, I think that's going to help us out a little bit. Tie them up there. See if we can get something like that to work. Bring it up from over here. Come on. Maybe up here. I'm not too sure that is a. Oh, actually. There we go. Wow, look at that hairpin bend to get in over here. I'm not opposed to it. It looks fine. It looks the way you would expect. We've got the one more to tie in over here. And then we've got a few other bits and pieces that can work in this general area. Really, it doesn't even want to do that. This is the easiest one. Come on, find that spot. There we go. So we've got all of these guys tied in. I'm not sure how many of them are actually connected for construction. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to build some of these connections, all the road connections at the very least. Okay, so there we go. That's our little tourism area, and I think this is going to look amazing. There's a few things that we can still do over here in terms of getting some other stuff going, but I think this is going to be a good starting point, and we can expand it. We don't have power or anything like that up there. How's our plane going? Oh, we've got a little helicopter ready to go. This guy I can move on over here. We don't need to. We're building a plane at the moment, right? We just don't have any engineers available, but hopefully they will make their way over here soon. So switching that back off. I think our little tourism hill over here is going to look awesome. We've got a little shop going on. We've got a bar and stuff, and we've got obviously all of these hotels. And the little patches of trees in between, I think, is going to make this look absolutely amazing with a pretty substantial hotel connection on this side. And yeah, absolutely. And we've got some viewing going on and a gallery. The viewing is not going to be obstructed by this massive hotel over here, which I think is going to be awesome as well. Okay, excellent, guys, excellent. So in the last few minutes of the game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on that forward construction base. That's really the plan. These roads are being built. The helicopters are doing their thing as best we can. We're getting into winter about now. Okay, so I'm thinking this spot over here is what I've kind of earmarked for it. I might build out some of these roads a little bit to get us going. We've got this. We'll have to start off with the rail. To get the rail to get over here, and the question is always going to be, I think what we'll do is we'll loop the rail through here and then we'll connect it onto that side. So we're going to do a three-way connection through this area. So let's get the rail across here. I might end up building some of the rail just because I think it's going to be a requirement. So let's get our twisty rail. Doesn't want to turn unless you tie it onto something. It just doesn't want to turn. Do we do that from the start and then we cross it over through there? I think that's obviously high enough. We don't have to go any higher. And I kind of like the idea of in the center, and then what we do, come on, autosave, and then what we'll do is we'll drop it down. I like that idea a fair bit. So if we run this one up there and then that one down there. Man, I'm not a big fan of those two sections. Let's redo these two sections quickly. Okay, try that again. Just over a slightly longer distance. Okay, how does that look? Look, it'll work. It'll work. It's not the prettiest bridge connection, but it'll work. It'll work, and it's not a matter of. It's just, it doesn't smooth itself quite out over there, but I think it's going to be fine. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. So that's the rail connection through here. Now, what we'll need to do, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pay for some of this, just so we get a little bit of these roads sorted out so that we can tie into them and get this stuff going. Potentially. Yeah, so potentially we could also get a bit of a connection in through here. Coming in down there, connect out into this side. Maybe that's about right, actually. Okay, but anyway, what are the things that we need to put in here? We need a couple of the big modded storage areas. So let's quickly do that. Let's quickly get the big modded storage, the 4K one. I don't actually have it favorited. Let's get the 4K one favorited over there. So first things first, we need a couple of these 4Ks, and I think 2 of them is going to be absolutely fine. And we would like to have a rail connection in between the two. That's kind of the plan here. Or actually, they're their own rail connections as well. It's part of what makes these guys so good. So let's say we do that there, and we don't connect them up. We put the next one, actually we'll spin it around so that the rails are very close to one another. We'll do that one there. That's going to be sufficient for the main things. And of course we need the rail to come on in and run through there, so that's fine. That's going to be that's an interesting idea right there. Now the other bits and pieces that we're going to need is we're going to need coal and gravel over here, so we're going to need some aggregate storages, just the standard ones, I believe. Large aggregate storage. Okay, so for these two we will most certainly need a little bit of extra support. Please no. Why is this going to be so problematic? If I switch this back on, oh, we're getting a bit of a hill going on over here, but that's a little close actually. We won't be able to make an awesome turn through there. The hill might be getting a little bit of a problem. We can have coal on the one side, or alternatively we just do both of them over here. Yeah, that might be better. So let's do one there and one there. Okay, that should be okay. Gravel and coal, and of course what we're going to need to do is we're going to need the train aggregate unloading to be able to drop off at these guys. Now, do I want to do it the other way around and get the road connection sorted out? Yeah, I think that's about right. We'll get that in there. Okay, so that should work. We need, going back to the modded storage, we also need some of these guys. Now, how do we go about doing that though? If I do this, right? It's starting to get pretty tight. We can move this a little bit more this way too, though. Yeah, that might be a slightly better approach if we. So if we do something like that, so this is kind of all the stuff that we're doing now. What we of course need to just bear in mind is that we need those two facilities. So let's go for the construction pieces. So construction needs asphalt and we need asphalt and concrete. Now concrete needs cement as well. How did we do that? I can't actually remember. So anyway, we need this guy, and this guy needs to. Yeah, we don't need coal. Coal is just to have coal nearby. We're not actually using coal in this very facility. So let's get the asphalt plant first. That needs bitumen as well. So we need a bitumen connection. We need a fuel connection over here. And we need asphalt, and that needs concrete dropped in as well. Let's not get too close to this guy. Let's rather do this one. Yeah, so my plan is, if I can get this to connect over here. Yeah, either way it's going to work. So let's get the one of it this way. And then the asphalt plant on the other side. Yeah, that's actually. The one thing we do need to bear in mind is these guys need helicopter connections. So let's give it a little bit more room. Yeah, a little bit more room like this could be quite useful. So we'll do that. So that gives us a little bit more room for this over here. I like the idea that it's not as similar as the previous, basically. Okay, so with that in mind, let's quickly see. So this needs, what do we need? We need helicopter connections, but we also need, we need a fuel unloading piece. So wouldn't mind running the rail through here. We could maybe unload fuel on this side, fuel and bitumen, and have a little bit of that going on over here. These needs helicopter connections also. But I would like, the rail needs to bypass the entire thing though. Yeah, and I think it's going to be able to do that. So let's plan the rail out a little bit more. What are you doing? Come on. Are you not on the ground? How are you overlapping existing construction? Can we just get you onto the ground, please? You have to be on the ground now, right? Okay, now let's try this. There we go. So if we do this kind of thing. Now, the issue here is I would like this to be a one-way though. And I don't necessarily mind it to have some stuff going on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this guy back. And even that. What I'm going to do, hang on. What I'll do, I'll plan the rail to go into this area as per the general intent of the rail line to keep going into this general direction, okay? And in order for us to make this work, what I thought I'd do is I'll do a little bit of this. Okay, and then we'll get this guy to run through here up to about there, and then we'll have that guy run back into that direction. So now we've got this one-way kind of connection that's running through here, and we don't need to bypass this too tremendously now, in the sense that it's not part of the main line anymore. We've kind of have this as a bit of a branch going around anyway. So what we'll do is we'll run it up here. We'll run it alongside there, and that's kind of the general intent here. So what we'll do is we'll start providing some flare outs for these guys so that they can go and unload at some of these facilities. None of this sharp turn stuff. There we go, in there, that should be fine. We obviously need these guys to tie back in as quickly as we can. Something like this. That's a bit of a problem. This is really close now. Let's trim this one back out again. We'll see, maybe we'll find a slightly different way of connecting that up. And then what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of this. Actually, this might not be, to be honest, let's not do that. That's going to be not going to be what we want. Let's trim this back again. Probably leading towards the end of the episode. What I'd rather do is let's pull it off over here. Okay. Not what I wanted to do there. Do that. Can I tie that back in there? Excellent. Now this guy, let's give that guy a bit of a spot in there, and then what we'll do is we'll bring this guy across over here and we'll tie it right in. So this entire thing will have to be kind of one big block. I think that's fine. As long as it's one way, this isn't going to be a big deal. We'll have to do probably a very similar thing over here, a bit of a crisscross through there. But I think that's going to be fine. They will upset one another slightly from time to time. But what we could also do is we could, in this specific location, provide the rail loading piece. So let's see what that looks like. So where is it? Cargo station. I mean the fuel. So if we do the fuel, loading, unloading, this one. Wow, that's going all the way over there. Don't connect. I just want to make sure that we have some form of facility ready to go here. Maybe even on this side, to be honest. Where will we do this? No, there's a bit of interaction that's going to happen over here. So maybe this side is a little bit better, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's slot this guy in right over there. So that's going to be our fueling piece. So then we'll get all of this going on, and we'll loop this around, and the train will come back this way. But we can also kind of tie in, go into that general direction, tie in with these guys at some point. That's pretty cool. I like the idea of that. Okay, let's quickly finish off a little bit more of the rail, the way I would like it. No, not quite like that. Let's do a little bit more of this. Now, I'm thinking tie one of these guys off of here. It's a little bit more natural, and what we'll do is don't do that. Once you have these guys on the curve, they just don't want to play ball. But I believe that'll work. So get that up and running, and then we can get these guys in there again. So if I do that, can I please tie in here? Oh, I can. Is there sufficient room though for a signal? I believe we should maybe get a signal in here. That's fine. And then what we'll do is we'll tie this guy back in there. A little bit of these crisscrosses going on, but it makes it slightly more interesting. So then the last thing I just want to do is maybe tie all of these things back in. We don't need a massive tie in there. We'll tie this one in. We'll run that one up into that general direction. We'll get this guy to tie in there. There we go. What we'll need to do is we'll need to run this one back this way, but there's a few other bits and pieces that I'm going to need to do before we can tie it back in. Would we? Yeah, how will we tie that back in? Oh, you know what we could do? We could run it underneath there. Oh, man. I like that idea. So we can tie this in over here somewhere. Don't mind it running up like that. And then we'll probably need to... Okay, I'm quickly going to finish off with this. Can I? Oh, yes, I can. Can I run it in over here a little bit? Can I potentially straighten it up a little? If we do that, that's awesome. Look at that. Now, we could run it straight through there, or we could run it around here. Yeah, probably want to do that, and we probably want to straighten this out and see how we tie these together. But that is really your little loop around. So we've got some conflict points, but fairly limited actually. Fairly limited in terms of these conflict points. of course, what we can do is we can actually tie this one off here and then have this guy run into that general direction. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Let's quickly do that. Can I do that? Oh man, look at that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Look at that. There we go. So this guy will flip on over, get across there, and then otherwise we're running sweet off this direction. My goodness. One thing that I didn't bear in mind is that I probably wanted to do a little bit of this. So if I trim these guys back just a little bit, can I do something like this? I can do something like that, so let's extend that just so that there's that added extra there. That turn is now too sharp. Let's see. Can we try and get this off fairly quickly? There we go. That should work. Tie these off a little bit and we'll tie them in again. And that's going to be it for the episode, guys. That is going to be it for the episode. Okay, up there. There we go. Nice. That little one-way loop is going to be awesome. There's a lot of conflict in through here, but it's all... I like the more longitudinal shape that we're doing here. I like it. I think that's all good. And we've got a lot of stuff that's being delivered in this area. Not sure what this one was. I need to have a double check and see. Maybe this is not the right warehouse. I might have to fit this one. I just kind of think maybe that's the grocery one or the shopping one. But yeah, that's going to be our forwards kind of base over here. The few things that needs to happen. If I go over here, just have a quick last final look at what's going on over here. Look at our lovely tourist hill over here. So there's a bit of work that needs to go in here now to finish this off, but I'm pretty keen on doing it. Have we got a plane here yet? No, it's a pretty slow build on that guy, and we probably don't have any workers out here. So I'll have to have a look at just see what's going on with our worker levels. And we didn't get around to checking the city vitals, as you would call that. So it might be something that we need to do in the not too distant future. We can add a few other bits and pieces in here as well. We might still have to do that, but I do like it, and we can have a bit of a road connection running through here as well, and we'll see how we tie that in. That's actually pretty good, guys. Thank you so much for watching. A lot of progress. I try and get a fair bit of progress in most episodes. I think there's been a fair bit of progress over here. This is almost done. Some of these construction pieces are taking a slightly bit longer, but it's because we're traveling long distances to bring in the various things that we need. So if you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.